Hi, this is Abe, and in this video we're going to create a new Oracle database user, which effectively creates a new schema. Now, generally speaking, a schema in Oracle is the same as a user, so the Oracle database automatically creates a schema when you create a user. We'll look at the syntax and then run through a few examples and try those out and create a user and so on. Now, I've already fired up my SQL Developer application, and I'm connected to my local database. The connection here is called xe-sys. I'm logged in using the sys account, which has the sysdba role, which is needed to perform these statements up here. I guess you could use any account just as long as it has the sysdba role. Starting off with the syntax, so create user and then provide your username, and then identified by and give a password. Now, you could technically just create the user and they'll be assigned the default table spaces. But in my previous video, I went through and created specific table spaces for this new user that I'm going to create. Again, just because it's good practice to create users in their own table space. So I have a default table space, which is the permanent table space. We'll assign a name to that, or use one that we've already created, and then followed by the temporary table space and provide the temporary table space name. Now, when you create the user, you do have to at least assign the create session privilege, because if you just do the first part there, as far as creating the user, the user won't be able to log in. So I'm giving them that, and I'm also including a couple other ones here as far as create table and unlimited table space. I'm not going to worry about those for now, but I'm going to be making use of them in future videos. So now we'll create our user. So create user, and I'm going to call this guy Jerry. Identified by, and my password is going to for this guy is going to be Jerry. Next line. Default table space. The table space I created for him is called Jerry underscore tab space. Again, from my previous video, if you need help with that, go back and view that. And then for the temporary table space, I called that Jerry underscore tab space underscore temp. And then I'm going to run this statement here, and it confirms that the user Jerry is created. So now, again, if you try to log in right now with the user Jerry, it will give you an error saying you don't have the create session privilege. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Grant create session. Create session to, and our username is Jerry, semicolon. I'm going to run that. Grant succeeded. Next one is grant create table to Jerry, semicolon. I'm going to run that. And grant succeeded. And then grant unlimited table space to our user Jerry, semicolon, and I'm going to run that. Grant succeeded. Now, to test that out, I need to log in as Jerry and find out which privileges he has. So I'm going to go to my plus sign here, and I'm going to create a new connection to my database using Jerry's account. I'm going to call this connection xe-jerry. You can call it whatever you want, just as long as it's meaningful if you're ever trying to get back in as Jerry. And my username was Jerry, my password was Jerry. I'm going to save this password. Connection type, leave that as basic. Role is default. Host name of the machine that I'm connecting to is the local host. Port number is the default one, and my SID is XC. I'm going to test that. As you can see, it's success, and then I'm going to, let me save this so I don't have to do this again. And then I'm going to click connect. So I've got a connection to my database using Jerry's account, and it opened up a SQL worksheet. Now if you go back to the sys connection that we were using earlier to create Jerry's account, if you scroll down to other users and then expand that, do a refresh, you'll see the Jerry account created under other users. But anyway, we'll go back to our XC Jerry connection, and we could do a show user semicolon, and it tells us user is Jerry, so, and we kind of knew that, but just as a confirmation. And we're going to do select star from session underscore privs semicolon. And what this will tell us is what privileges our user Jerry has. And as you can see here, these are the ones that we assigned: create session, unlimited table space, and create table. So there you have it. We created our user, we assigned him some privileges, and we confirmed our settings. I'll be posting the script here on my blog, which I'll link to in the description box below. Go ahead and have a look at that, some more reading about the table spaces and so on, as well as some of the statements that I've used here. Hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like, and see you later.